It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Joshua Dobbs. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the 49ers and the Hawks, and it's all up next.
Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football. And you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another. And I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks come on, and that means it's Geno Smith. What a story he's been. Real turnaround here in his 12th year now in the NFL. Came out to Seattle, backed up Russell Wilson the last 3 years. Greg, he has been the starter, and he runs this Seattle offense now.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, second and a yard. They'll go play action. It's Smith. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. They'll try and run it with Walker. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
We talk so much about this guy's arm talent, Mike, but really one of his most underrated attributes is his strength in the pocket. He is not an easy quarterback to get to the ground. It took 3 tries. He avoided 2, but the 3rd guy was able to bring him down for the sack.
A second down throw for Smith. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Charvarius Ward able to get the hand in there and make the play. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They'll be led out by their cerebral quarterback from the University of Tennessee, Joshua Dobbs.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Dobbs. It's Samuel on the... He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Seahawks scoop it up.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Dobbs now to throw. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Dobbs. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 36 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he's going to be taken down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
A short gain, down to the 7. 2nd and goal. They'll run here with McCaffrey. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Dobbs. In trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Walker. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, it's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Geno. And that is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Niners offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Now Dobbs. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. To throw is Dobbs. That's caught by McCaffrey. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Dobbs to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run here with Mitchell. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another run here with Mitchell. He is met and dropped. Good defense, loss of a couple on that play. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Now, Geno. That's complete to lock it outright. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
At the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Geno. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Working out of the gun, Smith. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 3-all is the score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Geno. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Walker. He'll get about 2. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Play action now. It's Geno. And that is incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. And now it's 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Now, faking the give. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
On the bootleg, it's Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A gain there of 15. 1st down, Seattle.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run the toss with Walker. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. From the shotgun, Smith. He finds the veteran Lockett.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Now movement up front. It's a big decision coming from the officials. Who's the penalty on? So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. 3rd and long. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Still third down.
The penalty helps a bit, but it's still 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the 1st down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
The Seahawks offense and their running back set to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. That's on the former 9th overall pick, Charles Cross. Gino to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On 2nd down, Walker. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. And now things are going to get more difficult. Movement up front, going to move them further back. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Dobbs now to throw. He'll push it downfield. This one for Kittle. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Dobbs. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. Now it's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and long.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
Throwing, Dobbs. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Dobbs. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. That one good for 18 yards and to the 18-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is coming back.
Offense.
So a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Mitchell. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find...
This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers. It's his third touchdown on the year. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Smith to throw. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw, here's Smith. They'll look to set up the screen here. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Gino now on 1st and 10. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. On 2nd down, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Gino. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, Smith taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba.
All right, Mike, so in a situation like this, I would love to see the quarterback think 1st down. I don't need a touchdown. I need a fresh set of downs. I need to keep the chains moving and give me more opportunities to hopefully end this drive with a touchdown.
Dobbs to throw. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now Dobbs. That's over the middle to Kittle. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To throw is Dobbs. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate.
That one taken in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Moody now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the 49ers are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Now flags fly. Looked like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. That's the safety, Talanoa Hufanga on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 12. So we hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers in the lead. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the Patriots who were able to come away with the victory. Cam Akers, nearly 200 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns as well. From there, we head down the turnpike to see what's happening with the Eagles at home in Philadelphia. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Alexander Madison, a touchdown run in the victory. The 49ers got a good performance in the first half by the veteran Joshua Dobbs. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead
ready to get
at the
back
intermission.
at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. To return is Ricky Pearsall. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Niners offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Jennings. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They run once more with McCaffrey. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
3 yards. And the 49er first down.
Again, it's McCaffrey. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Tackled at the 27-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now this time they'll look to throw. Looking to Samuel on the out route. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now faking the give. Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 on the Seahawks.
So
11-yard
Kittle
line.
comes in motion. On the handoff, McCaffrey. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
At the Seahawks 5-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. About set for our next drive. We'll take a peek ahead what's coming up later tonight. Sunday Night Football has the Colts and Jets AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. And then tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, it's down to the Lone Star State for an in-state battle. Texans and Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, Smith. Got it with Smith in Jigba. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right 3rd. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
On the bootleg, it's Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They run with Walker.
Holding offense.
They'll run here with Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. A tough spot here. Third and long. Working out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And this will wind up a Niners first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Dobbs. Open man is Jennings. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the first down.
A give for McCaffrey running right. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Dobbs now to throw. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Dobbs. He's going to run it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll look to throw. The connection made to Ayuk. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. Second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Here's Dobbs. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. On is Moody to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers will extend this third quarter lead. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. A second down throw for Smith. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Seahawks.
From the gun, it's Geno. Slant, Smith and Jigba has it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here on second down and 5. To throw, here's Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He gets that to his big target, Fant. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Number 9, Kenneth Walker, ball carrier. Brought down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 10.
Here's third down and a few inches. They'll run with Walker. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Pearsall going to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Niners offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the fourth. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Now Dobbs. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
And the 49ers first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll give to McCaffrey on the option. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Dobbs to throw. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. They'll try again. It's second and 10. To throw is Dobbs. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey.
Dobbs pass complete to Christian McCaffrey. It's a gain of 6.
Here's a third down and 4. He'll drop to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
7-yard gain. That's another 49er. First and 10 at the 27.
They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get this into the hands of Debo. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's second and 6. Another run here with Mitchell. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here now, third and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll try and he will get into the end zone. Joshua Dobbs. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Moody now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Throwing on second down, Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth, and they'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And he'll take this down to the 28-yard line. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
They'll go again with Mitchell. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. They'll give it to Garendo. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? On the handoff, it's Garendo. And that won't help a great deal. Just a short gain there. It's second and goal. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on second and goal. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On third and goal, here's Allen.
Brandon Allen in at quarterback. His pass.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. Working out of the gun, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now Smith. Off he goes. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down. There's Lockett for the catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On second down, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here's Geno. And that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A run with Garendo. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
They'll go again with Garendo. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. One more time, it's Garendo. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing 4th down.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll throw with Howell. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Howell. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs. 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Here comes Garendo. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone. A pickup of 6. So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.